Here's some AFA figures I picked up recently this year. I'm just going to go through what I've got. Some are in the AFA bag, some aren't. So this one is a 1977 Kenner Taiwan Luke with the dark pants, AFA 75. And this figure is really popular these days. You can see his head sculpt there. Lightsaber pull down, AFA 75. Made in Taiwan. Nice figure. Then we've got the Rebel Commander. This is the Lily Lede version. It's quite rare. Comes with that bowcaster instead of the Rebel weapon he should come with. And there's a few variations with this figure, being that it's Lily Lede. This is that UKG 75 Mexican. Looks pretty cool. We've got another Mexican figure here. We've got Luke Bespin. And this is the Lily Lede. This is only an AFA 60, but this is a hard figure to find. Comes with that lightsaber and the Bespin blaster instead of the gun he usually comes with. And this is the Mexican version, but it's only AFA 60. Still a nice figure though. Barcode CO. So it's a nice variation. Then we've got the C3PO. This is the non-removable limbs. This is Hong Kong AFA 80. Quite a nice figure. Then we got, this is the last one I got, I think. It's Forlom. This is U85. Hong Kong. Nice figure there. There's the back of the figure. Forlom. Now known as Zuckus. Then we've got Han Bespin. This is UKG U85, no country of origin. Nice figure. Nice grades. Oh, let's take it out of the bag. So Han Bespin. Really nice figure. Bespin blaster, back of the figure, great grade. A couple of other AFA UKG figures I picked up this year are this Polish third generation Rebel Soldier. He's 85, AFA, 1994 Polish bootleg Star Wars loose action figure, Hoth Rebel Soldier, grey, dark grey helmet, black boots. So all these Polish third generation figures, their bodies are made of the legs and arms of the biker scout. And then the figure body, torso and head is modelled from the original vintage figure. So these are quite nice. And then we've got the Darth Vader as well. This is a Polish Darth Vader with the Polish biker scout arms and legs, and then a torso and head from the Vader figure. And this says Star Wars Darth Vader Polish bootleg Generation 3 1995 UKG 85. It's a cool figure there. So these are the AFA and UKG figures I picked up. I've also picked up a couple of non-Star Wars figures recently. The Belloc and Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica. Okay, so here's these two figures. Yep, nice. Polish third generation. Okay, here's Walrus Man, and he's one of the early figures. He's probably, out of all the vintage figures, the one that looks the least like the character he's meant to represent, but he's still a classic character. Bright orange jumpsuit with blue arms and legs with dark green arms, and Imperial blaster, and his little walrus face. Okay, with pink tusks. So there's a few variations with the colours of the tusk. There's a lighter green version, it's called the Meccano version. If you could ever find that, that's really rare. With a sort of greenish, lighter green skin. This is UK graded, figure 90, paint 85, Star Wars Warsman, 1978, number 1 stamp, no markings. So this figure has no markings. So when it comes to identifying this figure, it's a bit difficult where it comes from and all that sort of stuff, where it was made. Okay, I don't know if you can really see, but the marking should be on the back of the black boot here. You can see that really faint, like it's been cut off the old manufacturing markings, and there's a number 1 just there where my finger is. You can just make it out there. Can you see the number 1? Can you see it? Can you see it? There's the number 1. And then next across from that, you can just see really faint markings to say, which would have been sort of rubbed off, I guess. But you can just make out the GMFG, but you can see the number 1 quite well. So people that are heavy into vintage Star Wars can get quite anal about all these different variants on figures. So, but it's a really nice figure. I mean, it really looks great. AFA 85, very colourful, very almost psychedelic, really. Great colours, very 70s. Obviously, when you compare this to the 2011 version of Walrus Man, this comes up wanting, but still, this is what we had back in the day. Okay, Walrus Man, no markings, great figure. Okay, cheers, bye. Okay, here we've got 2 Lukes. We've got Luke Bespin with orange hair, he's UK graded 80%, and we've got Luke Farm Boy, he's AFA graded 75. Okay, shouldn't say okay, say it. Okay, so this figure is UK graded, you can see it there. What's special about this figure is he's got orange hair, which makes him quite desirable. I'm not sure if the colour really comes through, but you can see that his hair is sort of between a brown and a yellow colour. And this is the orange haired Luke Bespin, and what I've read is that he was sold in Europe, mainly in the UK. So sometimes they call this the Palatoy Luke Bespin, and it comes with a yellow lightsaber and Han Solo style blaster. Really nice figure. I've already had one of these. The reason I got this one was it was a low bid price, starting price, and I got this one for the 10th of what I paid for the AFA one I got. So this one was a real bargain. Let's see if we can see a better look at the orange hair. It should say on the label orange hair. Let's see if I can pick that out. Star Wars Luke Skywalker, Bespin orange hair, figure 85%, paint 75%, overall 80%. Lucasfilm, Hong Kong, so it's a Hong Kong figure. Luke Skywalker, orange hair. Very nice. There's the back of the figure. I think you can see the orange hair better there. The figure. It says made in Hong Kong there. I don't know if you can pick it out. But this is a really great figure. And this is a kind of... These 2 Lukes are like, for variations, are really collected by vintage heads. So this is a orange haired Luke Bespin, and this Luke here is a what is this one? This is the loose action figure AFA 75, blonde hair, dark pants, Taiwan. So this is the Taiwan version of the Luke Farm Boy. Very yellow hair, single telescoping saber. I've got a double telescoping saber. I've shown that before. Made in Taiwan. You can just about see that there. Really nice figure. This figure, Luke Farnboy, is heavily collected. There's many variations, different colour hairs, orange hair. The orange head of this version is worth a fortune. And there's a brown haired version as well. Really nice figure. You can see these two figures are more or less got the same head, and it's just that they may improve. You can tell this has got improved sculpting compared to this one. This one came out in 1978. This one 1980. So you've got yellow-haired Luke Farnboy Taiwan version, and the orange-haired Luke Bespin. Really nice, two really nice Lukes. Okay, oops, I said. So really two nice pickups. Got this one at a really good price. I think this one cost less than that, even though this is worth a lot more. It's a far more rarer because it's got the orange hair. So Luke with orange hair, Luke with yellow hair, Taiwan version. Classic figure. It says they've got dark pants and blonde hair. Really nice. Back of the figure, lightsaber yellow, and this figure here. Okay. Cheers. Okay, first figure to see is Anakin Skywalker from Power of the Force 1985, and I've shown this figure a couple of times, so he's one of the last 17, and he's AFA graded. He's AFA 85. He's not uncirculated. So it's just 85 near mint, and it says loose action figure Anakin Skywalker 1985. And it's a classic outfit. Sebastian Shaw was the actor that played him. And I'll show you. Okay, there's the back of the figure, Anakin Skywalker. In his little plastic box. Okay, next thing I want to show you is the Snow Trooper from 1980. It's Empire Strikes Back. It's a bit hard to see with a white background, but it still looks pretty cool. You can try and look at all the details of the body. Very white. This one's UK graded. Comes with a really long rifle, and it says Imperial Stormtrooper, made in China. Rarity is 1 star, so it's not rare. Figure is 85%, paint is 80%, cape is 85%. So he has a white cape on as well, which is hard to pick up with this camera. Okay, so that's your Snow Trooper. Cool figure. Okay, there's the back of the figure. You can see the helmet and the backpack, which is carved into the back of the figure, and the white cape it comes with, plastic vinyl cape, and the rifle it comes with. So there's your classic Empire Strikes Back 1980 Snow Trooper. Okay, so here's one more look at the Snow Trooper. And by modern standards it's a bit, well, it's of its time, isn't it? So you can't really say much about it. It's a classic. Nice Snow Trooper. UK graded. And now let's look at, okay, now we've got Luke Jedi Knight with the green lightsaber, and I've shown a UAT Luke with a blue lightsaber. This is a UK graded version. It says Star Wars, Luke Skywalker. The only remarkable thing about this figure is it's made in Taiwan. There's the green lightsaber and the pistol. And there's the costume and the cape. This looks like the sewn cape. You can get a variation with the snap cape, which comes with a little metal clip, which means you can open it. This is the sewn version. This is overall grade is 85. And you can just make out Luke underneath the robe. Here's the back of the figure. Can't really see much because of the cloth cape. There's the gun. Let's see if we can get the weapons. Get the pistol and the lightsaber there, just about, and the 2 feet sticking out underneath the cape. UK graded. And next we got IG-88, and this is a really good figure for its time. The detailing on the body is really good. Okay, it's not articulated like figures are now, but it's really good detailing. I never had this one when I was a kid. So this is IG-88. Comes with 2 weapons, an Imperial blaster and a specific long rifle. And here you are. Nice details on this figure. Let's see what else we got there. So there's IG-88. One more look. Nice detail. Okay, the last figure to show from this lot is Han Solo in Hoth outfit, and there's nothing remarkable about this figure. It's a nice figure. Comes with all this brown pants or tan pants, blue jacket, and a great face sculpt if you ask me. Graded 85 overall. Han Solo Hoth outfit. Here's the back of the figure. You can see the hood, the back of the neck scarf, the holster which you can put the gun in, and the back of his legs. UK graded, so 4 of these are UK graded and 1 of them is AFA graded. Okay, one more look at this lot of 5 figures from France that I got at good prices. The only expense was the transporting it from France to here. That's a bit steep, but we've got Anakin Skywalker UK graded 85, Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight Green Saber AFA 85, IG-88 UK graded 85. There's 2 versions of IG-88. I think this is the silver version. There's a grey version as well. And then you've got Han Solo Hoth outfit UK graded. And then you've got the Snowtrooper. He's UK graded as well, made in China. And the Luke's made in Taiwan. All the other 3 are made in Hong Kong. And Anakin Skywalker is AFA graded, US graded. 85. So 5 cool action figures. All 85. Nice stuff there. Got at a really good price. I mean, on eBay you could pay what I paid for all 5 of these. You could pay just for 1 of these. So that's why I snapped these up. Okay, so IG, Han, Snowtrooper, Anakin and Luke Skywalker. Time to say goodbye. Okay, here we've got a prototype 1984 Princess Leia poncho figure. So this is quite a rare item, and it's the second vintage prototype I've got. So the other one's a Leia as well. That's the Leia Bosch, but this is the Leia in combat poncho. So it consists of a pink head, the body in one colour, the torso and the two arms are in the same colour, and then the legs are in another colour. There's no paint on this figure, so they can't grade this figure in terms of paint, and it's UK graded, and you know, there's not much known about these sort of things. I mean, I went on the internet and I typed in Lit Layer Combat Poncho prototype, and you get something similar to this comes up, but it's unassembled, and there's stuff about that being from Mexico. That's made out of Lily Lede overstock, and so that's. But I mean, it's UK graded, so this must be the real McCoy, unless the UK graders don't really know what they're talking about. And let's see if we can get a better look at the figure and see how just a really plain pink head, sort of greeny beige torso and arms, and then the legs, which look pretty long in the sort of spearmint grey colour. So that's the layer. You can see in the shoulders that there's quite a gap between the two bits of plastic on the torso, and then the pink head. So you can really see the gap there. And then the hair in pink looks like a grape. And then the greyish pants. Okay. If you look at the label here, it says Star Wars Princess Leia Poncho Prototype 1984 Lucasfilm Limited. Rarity is 3 stars, and the figure gets 80% overall. So this is a much higher grade than the Leia Bosch I got, but it looks really nice. Chances of owning a Star Wars prototype are pretty rare, and you know, these don't come up often. This came from the same seller as the Leia Bosch, and went for a bit more than the Leia Bosch as well. So I was hoping I'd get it for cheaper, but I had to go out as well, so I had to put a high bid in to make sure I got it. I nearly lost it, but you can see the shoulders there. It doesn't look fully attached at the torso, and then I mean it does say in the Leia Bosch that's non-sonic welded, whereas this one may be welded, stuck together. Where this one's from, I don't know. It could be Mexican, it could be the US or Hong Kong. Who knows? That's where the figures were made in those days. Nice item though. Not the best Princess Leia. Probably the easiest one to find now, carded. Cheapest certainly. So you could probably get Leia Poncho carded for about 30 quid. But this is the prototype. UK graded. Looks nice. Sweet item. These don't come up often on eBay, so you know, I've been spending way too much of late, so well, you know, there's one more item I'm watching, that's it. After that, no more, and that's already gonna hit a massive price. But this thing, man, is real nice. If I could find the Leia Bosch, where I've put that away, I've put these two as a comparison, but that's already on YouTube, but I never reviewed that. I just filmed it a bit, and you know, I haven't got this figure loose. I never had this figure loose when I was a kid, so I've got a carded one. I've got one that's AFA graded, and I got it about a year or 2 years ago, and I put it away, and I don't know where it is. So you know, that was pretty cheap. So it's an easy figure to find. I mean, in terms of sculpting, it's not the best Leia. The head's pretty terrible. Doesn't really look like Leia. And in pink, it looks kind of disturbing. And then the legs look way too long. But this is what they used to make this figure. Obviously it comes with a green poncho, a movable helmet and a belt with a little pistol. But this is... So if you're interested and you go on Google and just type in Leia prototype action figure Kenner and then see what comes up. And you go to images, it makes it easier. And there is a picture of this or something similar to this unassembled. And then the best sites for this sort of thing are Rebel Scum, and there's a few good UK sites as well. So if you want to find out more about prototypes, go to Rebel Scum. Star Wars Collector's Archive is really good as well. They've got a brilliant section on prototypes and all that sort of stuff. So that's really good. And I know Gus Lopez and them lot have got a book out about prototypes as well, but you know, I haven't got that yet. And then there's the John Kellerman book coming out soon, so you know. Anyway, I'll take some pictures with photographs and stuff as well. I always believe photography captures these figures better. That's why I still use photographs. Most people just do film, but I think photographs really, you can see more with photographs than with you know, video. But this is a nice item, rare, sweet, and you know, when are you going to ever get a prototype from the 1980s? You can get prototypes from modern Star Wars figures like that Poggle the Lesser I just got, but you know, actually I'll go get that and compare the two. Okay, so I've got the modern prototype. This is about 10 years old now. This is Poggle the Lesser, and he comes from a 3 set from Attack of the Clones, and he's also UK graded, and he gets 85% for the figure. He's unpainted as well, and he's from a sort of Geonosian war room, so he's the king of the Geonosians as well, and you know, it looks pretty cool. So he's a modern prototype. That's the vintage prototype behind it. That's the Princess Leia, and he's UK graded, gets 3 stars for rarity, and it's a Star Wars prototype, no dates, no stamp, rarity is 3 stars, figure is 85%, and it's quite a nice figure, nicely detailed. It have 2002 articulation, which would be pretty limited by today's standards, but I like the wings at the back and the detailing on the costume, or his limited costume, but the sort of arachnid or arthropod, it's an arthropod, isn't it? Insectoid characteristics of this thing, this strange sort of king of the termite people with the sort of swollen things that hang off like a beard, and he sort of talks in a sort of clicking sound. So, you know, a Poggle the Lesser prototype, which is a modern prototype, nice thing. And then the Princess Leia in combat poncho from 1984, and that's a vintage prototype, which is, I mean, you can go on eBay, and these things are easy to find. There's a lot in China. I don't know if they'd be safe to buy, but they look pretty. I mean, they usually have free packing as well, postage and packing. So I don't know. It's a risk getting it from China, but I'm sure, because that's where they're made. And then you got the wings. Let's look at There's Leia there, both UK graded. So there's the front and back. There's in the front again, Poggle the Lesser, king of the Geonosian, and Princess Leia. We've both got two royal characters there. We've got Poggle the Lesser and Princess Leia Organa of, by then, the destroyed planet Alderaan. And you know, so two prototypes, rare figures, you know, sweet items, especially that one. I've got to find that Leia Bosch and stick that up with this, that'd be really nice. So you've got two sweet figures there. Okay, here you've got some really rare Star Wars figures. Well, they're not that rare, they're just greatly collected. You've got a couple of blue Snaggletools, Yak Face Loose, and Luke Telescoping Saber. Okay, so I've shown the Luke Telescoping Saber before. He's AFA 75. He's pretty desirable figure. Yak Face I got years ago, around 93. And that blue snag, which is loose in the middle, I got him around maybe 6-7 years ago. And then this blue one that's graded, I got him, this one here, I got him more recently. Okay. Okay, so this blue snag is AFA 75, and I've been after a nice blue snag after the one I got has a lot of issues with it, so I'm glad I've got this one finally. Got them at good price, about say 2/3 of the usual price for an AFA 75, or you know. Gentle Giant's just got a big jumbo blue snag out, and this is cheaper than some of those ones, so you know. Okay, the main issues with this one that's graded is the boots. There's a bit of scuffing up on both feet, you can just see there. Having to use the torch because the work is so dark outside. Comes with his little pistol, AFA 75, excellent near mint, 1978 Kenner, Star Wars, loose action figure, blue Snaggletooth, no dent in boots. So this one's got no dent in the boot. Okay, but it's a great looking figure. I really like this one, and he makes an appearance in season 5 of Clone Wars. Or is it season 4? I think it's season 5. Great figure. It's a legend now. I'm just glad to have him finally graded, a decent edition. There's the front, there's the sides, there's the back, and there's the pistol there. Here's my first blue Snaggletooth, which has got a bit of paint applied to it on the belt. Great figure still. You know, these two are classic figures. Two blue snags, and then you've got Yak Face, which is a legend as well. And then you've got the Luke Telescoping Saber. So I thought I'd put these all four together. Looks amazing. So you've got AFA 75 blue snag, AFA 75 Luke Saber. Luke Saber's easily the rarest of these four figures. Then the blue snag, then Yak Face. Okay, 4 great figures, and let's have a better look at the blue snag. You can see the wear on the boots. Great figure though. Excellent. So the blue snag, Luke Telescoping, and Yak Face, and another blue snag. So there you go, nice figures. Okay, cheers. Okay, we've got something really nice here. This is the Mego GIG, only sold in Italy, magnetic Star. So Star is a legendary figure. He's one of the toughest black hole figures to find. The 3 3/4 inch version of Star is really tough to find. And the humanoid figure that was also only sold in Italy and Canada is one of the rarest action figures ever. So, but to get Star is just brilliant. And it's an amazing figure. It's magnetic, so at the neck, the shoulders and the hips, there's magnetic balls that are holding the figure together, so the arms, legs and head can be removed. Unfortunately the head's a bit turned, but this is Star. He's a classic robot from the black hole. He's the one that Vincent shoots up in the end. They have a competition to see who's the best shot. I mean, there's the gun he comes with, which is pretty inaccurate because the guns they had in the black hole movie were really nice. They were like, they had 2 barrels, one at the top and one at the bottom, and they look wicked, man. But this robot looks amazing. This is from 1979, I do believe, and it was only sold in Italy, hence it's really tough to find. And the smaller version, the 3 3/4 inch version, is even more rarer to find, but at least I've got Star. So his name's spelled S full stop T full stop A full stop and so on, with the R of course. But this figure's a bleeding legend. So here's the back of the figure. Looks amazing. There's a better look at the head. This is Star, man. And there's, you know, this figure's top drawer, man. Really nice. Made in Hong Kong, only sold in Italy though, because the black hole line didn't do at all well. But I had the figures when I had the kids. I had the 3 3/4 inch figures. I think I got them at Whiteley's in London back in the day. So this is AFA graded, and you know, it's really nice. There's a guy on YouTube called Cafe Boy. He collects black hole figures, so hopefully he'll see this, you know. And you know, it looks amazing. There, good view of the head. It's AFA 85, and in Italy these were sold by Mego gig. So this is a gig figure. I've already shown, like in 2012, I got 2 black hole 3 3/4 inch carded Italian figures. I got Vincent and Maximilian. They also had Vincent and Maximilian in this this one for sale as well, but I went for the Star because Star is just such a, well, he's going to be impossible to get in a 3 3/4 inch. You're talking about carded £1,000 easily. Loose, I mean loose graded, they're going for £600 this figure, the 3 3/4 inch version of Star. But this is a flipping legend, man. So you know, let's see if I can see what it says on the. So it says 1979 Mego gig black hole loose magnetic figure Hong Kong Star AFA 85. You know, and you know, it looks amazing. Love the black finish of this cool item. Come on, man. Whoever's watching this, who's ever into black hole, has to say this figure's bleeding cool. The only better version of Star would be the 3 3/4 inch version, but this is still really nice. It looks amazing. So you know, Star. There's 2 screws in the back. What a nice figure, man. I'm so happy I got this one. I am so pleased. I'm gonna cry. Okay, so this is just a top drawer figure, man. It's such a legend. And they have to reissue these figures, man. You know those, what are they called? Ones that did the alien figures in the 80s style. They've got to do the black hole figures, man. Because these figures are so awesome, especially the robots. I mean, I'm not bothered about the human characters. Just collect the robots, man. Yeah, Vincent, Maximilian, Star, Old Bob. Old Bob's worth a fortune as well. And the humanoid is just I can't really think of a rarer action figure than the humanoid. Such a legend. Okay. So, I mean, you check on eBay, you go Mego Black Hole and see what's out there. This is such a nice item. Wow. And these figures are based on the Micronauts line. So they've got super articulation back in the 1970s, late 70s. So they're ahead of the game back in the day. Shame the head's turned. But what a head, man. But he is a robot, so, you know. Look at that. Blooming beautiful. So there you are. Star. What a legend, man. Top figure, man. Comes with a nice blaster. Best place to find one of these is in Italy. And they do come up. There's one already on eBay for about 70 quid, ungraded. A bit more rusty than this one, but still, you know. This one costs more than the other two, the Vincent and the Maximilian. But I had to get this because Star is such a legend. And it's the only way I'm going to get a figure of Star. Just so nice. Beautiful figure. From 1979. 36 years ago. What a figure, man. Okay, so you can see I'm really pleased with this figure. So, you know, top drawer. Alright, cheers. Time to say goodbye. Bye. Okay, here we got 1978-79 Mattel Battlestar Galactica Starbuck. And this is a pretty cool figure. I had this when I was a kid. Comes with that tiny little blaster there. And you can see the head sculpt's not too bad. No painted detail on the face though, so just brown hair, plain fresh face. Comes with a cape and that tiny blaster. And here it says 1978 Mattel Battlestar Galactica loose action figure, Hong Kong, Lieutenant Starbuck, U85, near mint. And this is a cool figure. I had this one when I was a kid, so I'm happy to get it. Carded, this will be about 4 times as much as this version. But it's a cool figure. You can get a Dharma like this as well, Captain Commander Adama, but he's just in blue with a different head sculpt. But this is the Starbuck played by Dirk Benedict, 1970s version. Okay, so this is what Mattel did, and if you can compare it to what Hasbro did, so you've got the Han Solo there, it's much better detail. Both are U85. And that's what Mattel and Kenner did at the same time. So you've got Han Solo here, 1980 version. And you've got the Mattel 78 version here. Got 2 cool characters. Starbuck's head's way bigger. Okay, so that's just to compare it with that, and then back to Starbuck. They never did Apollo, but it has some resemblance to Starbuck. It's just a shame it doesn't have painted detail on the face. There's his little pistol. The gun should have been a little bit bigger. His boots and his cloth cape. So 1978 Mattel Battlestar Galactica loose action figure, Hong Kong, U85. Nice. This just came now. Had a feeling it would come today. Wicked looking figure. Nice. I've also got on YouTube, I've got the Cylon, the Ovian and the Imperious Leader, so you can check them out. But this is the Starbuck. Nice figure. Yep. See the detailing. Okay, so that's your Lieutenant Starbuck, as seen in Battlestar Galactica from 1978. Nice figure, nice gun there. Right, U-85 means it's no one's ever held it. It was taken out of the box and put into this case straight away. There's the back of the figure. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so that's your Starbuck. Lieutenant Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, 1978. Nice. Okay. Cheers. U-85. Nice. Got this one from the States. Because it's below about 50 quid, you don't have to pay import duty on it, so it's worth picking it up from the States. And it's a decent grade. There was an 81 in the UK. That was about £10 more than this, so there you go. Lieutenant Starbuck, played by Dirk Benedict, went on to play Face in the A-Team. And he was a sort of cocky character, always gambling, always chasing after women. Whereas Apollo was more laid back, more your family orientated character. Okay, so that's your Starbuck, 1978. Cheers. Bye. Better look at Starbuck, just pick up some of the details of the figure. You can see how cool this figure is. And the boot details. And the little pistol he comes with. Tiny little thing. Nice little figure. Lieutenant Starbuck. Let's see if we can get a better look at the pistol. Not really. Pistol's not a bad replica. And the boots are those sort of pilot type boots. Okay, here's the 1982 Belloc in robe. It's not a Star Wars figure, it's from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it comes with that staff there. So he's Belloc when in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's dressed like this when they are performing the ceremony with the Ark of the Covenant. And all the ghosts come out and only Indiana Jones and Marion survive because they keep their eyes shut. And it's got a very famous scene where their faces all melt and all that sort of stuff. 1982, Kenner, Indiana Jones, loose action figure, Hong Kong, Belloc and robe, U90 near mint, so it's a top graded figure. At the bottom there he's got a little talisman thing, and it just looks pretty cool. And this figure mainly was a mail away. I think there's a few examples of this figure carded, but you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars for those. Mainly this was a mail away, like Anakin Skywalker was and stuff like that. So it's quite a cool figure. You can see it's got the ram's head there. Just looks pretty cool, and he comes in a nice cloth robe. He's got bendable knees, and you know, there's the side view. He's got his sort of turban on, back of the robe. Quite nice. This is the first Indiana Jones figure I've ever had, and you know, I think they did one of this version in 2008, 2009 when the new what was it called movie came out. So if you can't afford this version, I mean loose, this will be about 20-30 quid in a mailer box, and graded you're talking 40-50. So it's not that hard to acquire. There was a lot of these mailaways. So cool looking figure, Belloc. And most expensive basic figure in this line is the Marion Ravenwood, then the Indiana Jones. The other figures aren't so expensive. There's another Belloc figure in this sort of explorer costume. You can get that carded. But this is your Kenner 1982 mail away Belloc. Been after this figure for about a year and a half now, so I'm happy I've finally got round to getting it. Paid about 35 quid for it, it's not bad, plus you have to pay posting. A top grade U90, so I can't complain about that. Looks cool, and you know, nice looking figure. So it's your 1982 mail away Belloc. Okay, there's the back of the figure. Got some nice detailing on it and some nice cloth accessories. So it's not a bad little figure. Comes with that staff and this like tablet that he wears around his chest as well. Okay, so cheers, bye. Okay, I'm going to be sending some stuff off to UK graders. I've never done that before. So the first thing I'm going to send off is this E-Font Man prototype. I wanted to send in a yak face, but I can't find a stupid thing, so this is what I'm going to send instead. So I'm going to send this E-Font Man, and I'm also going to send in a Mego Buck Rogers figure. I'll show you that as well. That got damaged in the post, so I'll show you that. Okay, this is the Mego Buck Rogers figure. It's a Draconian Guard, and unfortunately the guy sent it in a jiffy bag and the bubble got cracked at the bottom. So I'm going to send it into UK graders to get it graded loose. Should get a U grade. It's a nice figure. Doesn't come with any accessories. It's a Mego style figure. Got to hope that the rubber band inside is still holding the body together. Otherwise it'll be a waste of money to get this graded. To get this graded loose it costs about 13 quid. And then you've got to pay postage both ways as well. So that's your Buck Rogers card. It's a shame it also got pretty creased there. And there's the back of the card. Got the Tiger Man as well. So there's your Mego. It's a shame that happened. Still got to protect it in postage. I don't want the case bubble getting more cracked. So should be a good little experiment. I'm going to send it to UK graders and see how these turn out. Okay. So cheers. Okay. Here's an item I sent off for about, and let's just open it. The battery on the camera's going to run out. Okay, there's the box. I've started to open it, and I'll finish opening it in a minute. Okay, here's the first thing in the box. It's the empty Buck Rogers packaging from 1979, the one that contained the Draconian Guard. So I've sent this off to UK graders, and the next thing, because the battery's going to really run out and it's getting kind of late, is the Draconian Guard from that Buck Rogers card. That gets a U85 grade, which is really good. I'm pleased about that. Excellent. Brilliant. And then the E-Font Man prototype. Remember I had this prototype loose, now I've got it graded. I'm pleased with that. Alright, so these are the first two things I've sent to UK graders, and I'm really pleased that the E-Font Man got an 85 grade, and it's a 2002 prototype. Really pleased about that. And also that the Draconian Guard from Buck Rogers, he gets a U85 grade, which is excellent as well, high grade. Okay, I got this Buck Rogers Draconian Guard a while back, and the bubble got cracked in the post. So I decided to send it to UK graders to get something graded. I've never sent anything to get graded before, so I sent this off along with a E-Font Man. I wanted to send a yak face loose, but I couldn't find it. So I sent this in, and it's come back, and it's U85 graded, and it looks pretty good in the case. figure gets U85 and the paint gets U85. It says Draconian Guard 1979 Migo Hong Kong. You can see the figure really good now in the AFA case. I think it's got extra support in the around the figure because these figures, the body's joined by a rubber band, and that over time can snap, and then the limbs can, you know, the whole figure can just fall to pieces. And this is a really old figure, it's 1979 when it came out. Great figure. And this is the card it came on. So UK Graders sent this back, there's the crack. And there you go. Cost about 12 quid to get this graded, plus you have to send post it down there, plus post it back, so you're adding on quite a lot of money for posting as well. But it's a U85, it's quite a rare-ish figure, not very popular, but still, these are the other Buck Rogers figures in the line. These three are the most valuable. And here he is graded U85. The Draconian Guard from 1979. Helmet, costume. Figure's a lot more articulated than a Star Wars figure. Okay, so that's the Draconian Guard. Okay, the other thing I sent to UK Graders is a E-Font Man prototype, and this is in a custom case because the figure's so large. And it looks really good in the case. It's in the cellophane wrapper, but it's just so taped up I'm not going to take it out. There's the accessory. So I bought this loose about a year and a half ago, and now he's graded. He's got an 85 grade, figure 85. It says Star Wars E-Font Man prototype 2002 Hasbro China. It's a great figure. E-Font Man is you know, a standout figure from 2002. It's a huge unpainted prototype with just the brown for the cloak and blue for the legs. I've shown this before anyhow, so you can see my loose review of this. And I'm pleased it got an 85 grade. They had to clean it a bit, but it looks really good now. And the custom case cost a couple of quid more, but you know, I'm pleased with the results. I'd definitely use UK Graders again. They're good service, keep in contact with you and all that sort of stuff. So you know, if you live in England or Europe, they're probably the better choice to use rather than AFA where you have to send it all the way to the States. So here you go, E-Font Man prototype figure from 2002, now graded, and it gets an 85. Okay, so it looks really good in the case, and there's the feet and tail, you know. And Saga 2002 prototypes are probably the easiest prototypes to find. You go on eBay, just type in prototype Star Wars, you should be able to find quite a lot of these. Okay. So there you go, E-Font Man 2002 prototype, UK graded now 85. See if I can show you the label. Yep, 85 UKG. So definitely gets a thumbs up from me, this service. Okay, so cheers, bye.